Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on not this one here, not the Sears, but we're going to be working on the Lowe's tractor. What are we doing today on the Lowe's tractor? So a Lowe's tractor today, what I want to do is you can see where we've got our footrest here, running boards, footrest, whatever they are, and then we've got our fender here. We've pulled our fender down because we took out the spacers that you remember. There's spacers up underneath the seat. Took the spacers out, and these guys here lowered the fender down. And so now what we want to do is we want to take these here, we want to lower these down. So we didn't slam this thing right to the ground. We're gonna have a little ground clearance with this one, but what we want to do is we want to take these running boards and we want to lower them. We want to reconnect this and figure out where the seat positioning will actually end up. So thanks for being back. Please remember to like, subscribe, give me a comment. Tell me what you think of these projects. I'm having a lot of fun with them. That this fender was sitting. Its original position was way up there. I don't like this gap here. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit to eliminate some of that gap. See if I put in behind that screw there, that hole. But now that can come down connecting to that piece there. And you can see my tractor sitting higher in the back than it is in the front. I've got a little bit of a rake to it, but to disguise that rake, I can extend this to here, connect those pieces, and then I can cut this off here and connect a piece that goes straight down behind here that this can now rebolt to. And then when you look at it, it'll have, let me get back a little bit further, we'll have where the running board is level to the ground. The tire will fill that space now for that, but I like how that's going to look better. And we got that little slope up coming on the hood. We got a little slope up coming on the frame, so I kind of like that. All right, I'm looking in the old scrap metal pile for something that's this width here, 5.5 inches wide, and to fill that in, tell you what, scrap metal pile is looking a little bare, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But the other scrap pile had an old computer in it. So, see that? It's about the same era as the tractor. The tractor might be a little bit newer, but dude, you're getting a Dell. Some of you might remember that commercial. But I'm going to take this. It's actually not a bad thickness of sheet metal, back when they used to build things. And I'm going to cut that out of it, and I'm going to put that inside. I'm going to leave Dell in there. All right, there you go. You can see I outlined the Dell logo with the green tape. And I need to be 4.5 by 7 1/8. So I'm gonna go from 2 to 9 1/8 to center it up. You say there and there. But now on this end I want an extra 1/4 inch so I can bend over a flange. All right, and then on said 4.5. So I'm just about, let's see, center that up. So 4.5 should be 2.5. So 1, 2.5, and 2.5. So I can get a square now on there. Let's get this right. I have to remember when we're cutting the other one, put this extra piece on that side, because on that side the flange will be on the outside, this one the flange is on the outside, so the Dell reads right on both ways. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out, and then we're going to put that in the vise and just try to bend that right over there. We'll see how that works out. Go ahead and bend this over first. Alright, I'm up to my wood shop, and I swear I don't have it set up like a dance studio in here. But isn't it annoying when a LED bulb starts going bad? Why do they have to flash like that? You know, if you're gonna go bad, then just shut off. Here's a little piece. Slide it in the vise like that. Pretty nice little edge on there. I want to see if I can get to pull back anymore. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. It really stiffened the panel too a lot. Okay, sharp edges are all gone. Buttons up under there like that. And then it lays over top of this. So look at that. Not a bad little fitting right there. Then we can put the piece on here. We'll tack the piece on there that this is going to attach to. And once it's tacked on, then we put this up in place, bolt it together, trace the back side of it, and we can cut that other piece so it fits this exactly. Looks like it was always meant to be that way. I like it. Here we are at the back of the shop. Yeah, coming down pretty good. That's the scrap metal pile. I need some help. All right, these things come when we order tile from the tile business. The boxes stand straight up and down in here, and it keeps them from falling over. You need to ship tile on its edge. But I think if I cut these off, the side braces here, I think they'll fit back in here and they'll be my filler. Yeah, I don't mind cutting stuff up, and you know, obviously my Dell computer, it's headed for the scrapyard. I'd rather recycle it myself. If you got a guy in your life that likes to build stuff and fabricate stuff, steel's expensive. Nuts, bolts, all of it. It's expensive. So do a guy a favor and save him some stuff. Free metal. Nice. The idea is we want to extend the frame side of the body down. So I got a magnet on there so to keep up and down this way plumb. I'm just gonna lift that up. I'm gonna tack that there, tack it there. I'm gonna go ahead and burn that in a little bit better. All right, it appears I need to make a trip to Tractor Supply. I need tires for back here. I need a new welding tip for the welder so I can get rid of that mess and do that properly. But I think you can see how that fills that in. It gives us the look we're going for. So that lowered the running board down. You can see where we added that patch in here and here. And yeah, the weld's a mess, but that welder is not working right at all. So I'm gonna go get some new tips for it. I think that's the problem. Yeah, that massive rain cloud overhead, that would explain, well, explain why it's raining, wouldn't it? Yeah, hopefully that clears up soon. Okay, so I went by the local Ace Hardware and I got a new nozzle for the end of the welder. I think that's going to fix the welder problem. They did not have the axle washer that I need for the end of the axle so that I can put that on the wheels. So Tractor Supply it is in the morning, and it's time to call it a day because, well, it's raining pretty hard. It gets loud in the building when it rains hard. That, and it's 5:30 on a Saturday. Time to go home. All right, catch back up with you tomorrow. All right, so this isn't fun. I'm trying to get the tire on the rim. Never done a tire this small before. My first job ever was working at Firestone, Tire and Auto. I was the tire guy. You couldn't tell by the performance I'm giving this tire. But got this yesterday. That's brand new. It's electric. Somebody just donated it to me and said, hey, play with this. So I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with that. We're working right now on the Lowe's tractor. We still got the Craftsman sitting here. Next time we do anything, it's going to be fenders on the Craftsman and getting that one rolling again. I was waiting on some pieces to come in for that. And then over here, I've got a little Vanguard Wizard and a John Deere and a trailer, or tractor, a trailer. Yeah, all things that were given to me this weekend. So, I got lots of stuff to play with. We'll start simple and try to get a wheel on a tire, shall we? A tire on a wheel. So I put a little soap on here to kind of lube it up. The bottom side I soaped up and it went on right easy like. So I don't have tire spoons, but I know you got to get this down low into that groove like that. And then you just got to get in here and work this bad boy around. Turns out, as a team, we're smarter than a tractor tire. Now I gotta get the air up and make the beads pop. Alright, we'll understand the amount of air that gets in here, more air will likely escape from around the bead before it gets a chance for the tire to inflate. Because, well, that's what happens on car tires, but maybe we get lucky. If you told me it was going to happen that easy, I'd call you a liar. Shoot some hoops. That's amazing. I never thought in a million years. Am I ratchet strapped? Whatever. guy really ought to clean up once in a while around here. But this is the tire that's going to run the tractor. Now, who can see a problem? You in the back with your hand up. You know the answer, don't you? The tire should not free spin on the axle like that. And the reason is because when I put it in gear, the axle will spin inside of this. This is a front tire, like that one. It's a front rim. So, the old rim, when I cut it apart, I managed to save that little piece right there. That little piece goes on the end of that, like this. So if I took that and I welded that to there, I would have a solution. But that, even Mickey Mouse would be proud of that. I want one of these. That'll go on there. Now I can weld this to the actual rim, and then I've got a solid locked wheel that turns the axle, so the axle will turn the wheel. Now, where do you get these? You go everywhere. You look all over town. You go to the Tractor Supply, you go to the Harbor Freight, you go to the Lowe's, and you go to the Home Depot, and you go to the Advance Auto. You go everywhere. And then, one more idea. Run to O'Reilly. That's right. And my Irish guys, they got everything. So, it's a Dorman part. I'll put the part number on the screen for you because I forget what it is now. But I went in, I said, hey, do you have this part number I found on the website? The guy looked up, he said, I got 3 of them. He said, how many you want? I said, I'll buy you out. So there we go. That goes on there. So if you need one of these parts, these were $2.99. I've got the only spare one in Moore County. It's $14. If you want it, pull this guy off of here. Oh, smooth like butter. Okay, now, oh, somebody filled this one with water. It's gonna make a mess. So sometimes people fill them with water, sometimes they fill them with Fix-A-Flat. Hear that? It's full of water. 2 options. For 2 reasons. One, they filled it with Fix-A-Flat because it was leaking. Possible. It's pretty old and dried out. Reason number 2, it's full of water because when you fill the tires with water, it adds weight to them. So a lot of times that gives you better traction in the, you know, when you're driving, people put water in their wheels instead of air, and it just makes the tractor heavier. But anyways, I don't know if I filmed how I break the bead of these down. I don't have a tire machine. So I found an interesting way to break the bead down. I'm not sure that I shared that with you on video, but now that I got a video helper assistant here, I think I will go ahead and do that. We'll let any air out of the... Yeah, there's no air in there. Take me a minute to set up. It involves a brick wall and a forklift in them. Don't tell OSHA. Tire machine engaging. So you break a bead, folks, right there, just like that. It's a little rednecking, but that's okay. You hold that, please. There we go. Hey, good shot, James. Spare tire for the forklift. That's great. All right, so here we go again. We're practically old pros now. Easy peasy. Let's see if we get this one to air up the same thing. Where did I get that lucky twice? Seriously? Oh. Is that bubble? Mm-hmm. No, that was just from when it was airing up. How do you like that? Wow. That's her sitting on the ground. You know, I wonder how that's gonna clean up. Let's see what we got underneath this moss. I hope it cleans up all right. Oh yeah, look at that. It's got pine sap on it because, well, we live in the pines, and that's a pain to get off. If anybody's got a better solution for getting that off than a blowtorch, let me know, because blowtorch is my preferred method. I like the four wheels all the same size. I'm really digging that we moved this fender back. We went from that bolt hole, to that bolt hole. So you see there we moved back about 5 inches with the fender. Same hole in the fender, same bolt, but instead of using this, we use that. So move that back. The seat's back. The seat used to sit over top of that. So now we can get the seat back because the fender's moved back. We closed the gap in here, which I really like. So we remember the fender was up here on this line. Had a large gap in front of the wheel. So the smaller tires on here, I really like the look of that. Pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have to notch. This is fine here when it turns this way, but when it turns this way, so I'm just gonna make an arc there, and I'll just cut that out so we can get a nice little bit of clearance in there. The engine fits up in there great. So next will be extending the frame down on the other side, the body of it, extending it down, getting that cleaned up, doing the same thing on the other side. You're getting a dell, dude. We used our sheet metal off the side of an old computer there to get fill in that gap, which I kind of like. And yeah, next thing is we're gonna pull it outside, we're gonna clean it off. I gotta move 1, 2, 3 other tractors to do that now, but we'll get it outside cleaned off, make the whole thing look like this. Get that pine sap off of there, and yeah. Tell me what you guys are thinking so far. Anything else I should be adding to it? Oh, I want to do a foot pedal throttle down here for the gas. We'll get the governor out. We'll do a foot pedal throttle on that. This here, I really don't understand exactly how this works. It was a 7-speed transmission, and it also would put it in neutral or disengage the blades. Not quite sure how that worked. It looks like a series of pulleys that's maybe like a clutch pulley sort of a thing. There's no real transmission in it, so I don't know how that works. So let's figure it out together, shall we? All right, so time to get into the belly of the beast, as it were. I decided to flip it over because, well, it's just easier to see everything. This rod here, when you push the clutch, pushes this thing in, safety switch. So we're gonna leave that one in there so that your foot's on the clutch, on the brake when you go to start it. Comes back here. That's got to be the smallest little brake caliper I've ever seen in my life. Let me turn you around. All right, so there's the brake rotor. Let me put my finger in here for reference size. It's as wide as my finger. That's tiny. This is the little caliper here, and this is the brake. It applies when you pull the clutch. This applies the little tiny brake in here. This is the clutch in here. It spins. It looks like it's free and working right. So what we're going to want to do is put the motor back in here. We're going to have to resize this belt because we're going to take this big pulley back here, That guy, we're going to try to cut it and get it to fit on the engine so we can use that pulley up here on the engine. We'll get a bigger belt to go around here, back to the clutch. From here, we'll do a new dry belt from here back to here, because this is where we're going to put a smaller pulley. I'm going to try to get the pulleys off this thing and start figuring out my pulley swap. Also, I pulled out what's left of this thing. This was the apparatus that lifts the mowing deck and keeps it level. We just cut it off earlier, so we still have this one down here. I'll take that off from the other side. There's the piece of plate that I welded on. You can see it's about the same size plate they made the tractor out of. Actually might be a little bit thicker, but I'm going to clean up my welds on that. This here, this metal is just bent down and then tacked here. That's what holds the whole front together. So I think I'm probably going to, while I have this, I'm going to reinforce the welds around that just a little bit, give the front of that a little bit more structure, just so it's a little bit stronger. We're going a little faster speeds than I guess what they intended this thing to go. So that's the bottom side of the Lowe's tractor. A lot easier to work on when it's sitting like this. The steering pedestal's off, seats off, engine's out. Not much to them. Not much to them at all.